Told you I lost the ability to sneeze.
Completely?
Not completely if it's involuntary. But you know how sometimes when you like look at the sun to make yourself sneeze, I used to be able to do that with like lights or anything, and now I can't. If I think about sneezing, I lose the ability to sneeze.
It's a weird thing to lose.
It's very weird and it's very annoying. Because
Sorry.
now I just need to sneeze and I can't.
Look at the sun.
That doesn't work. I told you if I'm
You
conscious
said
of it.
it.
Hello!
Hi guys!
If you remember a few months back, I made a video called The Appearance of Having Your Shit Together, where I talked about how when I was 18 years old, I bought a $230-something thousand townhouse on the other coast of Florida, and it was an investment, and everyone was very proud of me for investing at such a young age. Little did I or anyone really know that in just a few short months, it was going to lose approximately 70% of its value. So not a great purchase, particularly for 5% down and an interest-only loan. So you might classify that as an epic financial mistake, and that stuck with me now for the last 10 years. It actually, at 18 years old, I had to walk away, and it took 3 years for the foreclosure to actually happen, and then 7 years on my credit report. So I've spent my entire adult life with bad to average credit.
But first, we need to address one myth about your credit score, and that is that having a good credit score does not mean that you're good with money.
FICO doesn't take into account your investments, your net worth, your income, your employment history, or your savings rate.
It's tempting to be proud of a good credit score because our culture revolves around revolving credit. Getting good grades is something that we've been taught since we were kids. But having a good credit score just means that you're good at borrowing money. It is not an indicator of your good financial habits.
It's never bothered me that I've been labeled a bad borrower for one mistake I made when I was a teenager. But I would be lying if I said it didn't feel good to finally have that wiped off my credit report. Given the option of having a good credit score or no credit score, I would take the good credit every day, and I know Dave Ramsey is a huge proponent of having no credit score whatsoever, but I don't know if I would take it that far. There have been a few cases where having bad credit from my foreclosure have affected us, but just not as much as you might think.
The first was a few years ago when Chris Guillebeau released his travel hacking cartel. He teaches you how to get free airline miles by churning credit cards and sign-up bonuses, which seemed like a great idea to us because travel is so important to us.
Unfortunately, my bad credit score kept us from taking advantage of some of the best offers available, so it really wasn't in the cards for us. Now that that's all cleared up, travel hacking is back on the table. Side note, let us know in the comments if you'd like to see some videos about travel hacking and how to get free airline miles and things like that, at least our experience with travel hacking.
The second was last year when we started our search for an investment property.
A real investment property though, not the investment that I made 10 years ago.
Ultimately, my credit is what got us approved, but it was difficult to get through and our interest rate ended up being about half a point higher than for someone else.
And the deal ended up falling through anyway. And some other things to mention, although we've personally never had problems with this since Lauren has good credit, but it is hard sometimes to get good car insurance rates. Sometimes you have trouble renting apartments with big corporations, and it's actually hard to get a cell phone plan sometimes. You have to leave a big deposit if you have bad credit. So there are definitely a few times when having good credit really is beneficial, not just for borrowing money.
So that settles it. You need a good credit score, right?
No. There are workarounds for everything should you have bad or no credit or choose to have no credit at all. You can get a manual underwriting for a mortgage. You can just pay a little extra for your car insurance. You can leave a deposit for your cell phone plan. But because of all those little hurdles, that's why I say if I had the option of no credit or good credit, I would take good credit. But saying that out loud means that we need to list some disclaimers.
First, if you struggle with debt, don't worry about having good credit. Whatever you might gain by having a good credit score, you will certainly lose by being in debt.
Having a good credit score means access to more debt, and if that's a temptation for you, then I'm with Dave Ramsey. Cut up your credit cards and never go back. Second, never, ever, ever get a car loan just to build credit. We get this excuse all of the time for people who want to buy a new car, and it baffles me. Moreover, don't build your credit so that you can get a good car loan. If you can't save up a few $1,000s just to get yourself around town, your credit score is the last thing you need to worry about.
Third, never miss a payment. 35% of your credit score is payment history, so put gas and groceries on a rewards card and set it up to pay back automatically every month.
And finally, pay off your debt. It's a myth that you need to have debt to have a good credit score. You need to have access to credit to have a good credit score, not actually accumulate the debt. I hope that clears some things up, and we will see you guys next week. If you are a teenager just building your credit for the first time, My advice is to ignore everyone around you saying you need to make it this huge priority and go out and get a car loan and a student loan just to build your credit. It's not something you should ignore, but it's definitely not something you should be losing sleep over.
We spent the earliest years of our marriage with no credit score, and it didn't affect us in the slightest.
We've always lived where we wanted, worked where we wanted, and did what we wanted, and we got there by working hard, saving a lot of our paycheck, and never going into debt. What we want to know from you is, first, do you want to see some travel hacking videos? And second, how do you feel about your credit score? Is it something that you check frequently? Is it something that you worry about? Any myths that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. Bye, guys.
Bye. Wait. I'm itchy. I feel a little spidery. I feel like spiders are on me.